Most people break not because life is too hard, but because they never train for resistance. They expect motivation to carry them. They expect clarity to stay constant. They expect progress to feel good. That expectation is what collapses them. Resilience is not personality. It is preparation. Self-discipline is not punishment. It is self-respect in action. High performers do not rely on willpower. They rely on systems that keep them moving when emotions fluctuate. If your progress depends on how you feel today, your results will always be unstable. Resilient people understand one thing deeply. Discomfort is not a signal to stop. It is a signal to adjust and continue. Most people interpret resistance as a sign they're doing something wrong. High performers interpret resistance as confirmation they are growing. This difference in interpretation changes everything. Resilience begins with expectation management. If you expect growth to be smooth, you will quit early. If you expect resistance, you will prepare. Preparation builds confidence. Self-discipline starts with clarity. Not vague goals, not distant dreams. Clear commitments. What you will do, when you will do it. No negotiation. Negotiation is where discipline dies. High performers decide in advance. They remove choice from moments of weakness. They don't ask themselves daily, should I do this? They already answered that question. This preserves energy. Self-discipline is an energy-saving strategy. Every decision you don't have to make is energy you can deploy toward execution. The next pillar of resilience is emotional regulation. Life will trigger you. People will disappoint you. Results will lag. If you react emotionally, discipline collapses. Resilient individuals create space between stimulus and response. They pause. They brave. They choose. This is a trained skill. You cannot eliminate emotion, but you can master response. Most people feel discomfort and immediately escape. High performers feel discomfort and stay present. Presence is power. The next pillar is identity anchoring. Resilient people do not see themselves as fragile. They see themselves as capable of adaptation. Identity shapes response. If you believe I am not disciplined, you will look for exits. If you believe I follow through, you will find a way. Self-discipline is not about being strict. It is about being consistent with your identity. Consistency builds self-trust. Self-trust fuels resilience. The next pillar is structure. Resilience without structure becomes stubbornness. Structure creates stability, daily routines. Non-negotiable. Habits clear priorities. When chaos increases, structure matters more. High performers tighten systems when pressure rises. They simplify, they focus on fundamentals, sleep, movement, nutrition, execution. Resilience is supported by physiology. If your body is depleted, your mind will follow. Self-discipline includes rest. Rest is not weakness. It is maintenance. Burnout is not proof of strength. It is evidence of poor regulation. Resilient people know when to push and when to recover. They did not quit. They recalibrate. Another core principle is responsibility. Resilient people do not wait to feel ready. They act under imperfect conditions. They understand that waiting for certainty is a form of avoidance. Self-discipline is choosing progress over comfort. Comfort feels safe. Progress creates growth. Every time you choose discomfort intentionally, you expand capacity. This builds resilience. The next pillar is repetition. Resilience is built through exposure. Small, repeated challenges. Not trauma. Not extremes. Controlled difficulty. High performers train resilience daily. Cold starts. Focused work sessions. Delayed gratification. These are reps for the nervous system. Resilience is trained, not tested. Another critical component is meaning. Discipline without meaning collapses under pressure. Resilient individuals connect actions to purpose, not vague purpose, personal purpose. Why this matters, who this affects, what future this creates. Meaning sustains discipline when motivation fades. High performers do not rely on inspiration, they rely on values. The next principle is recovery from failure. Resilient people do not dramatize setbacks, they analyze and adjust. Failure is data. Emotion without analysis repeats mistakes. Analysis without emotion creates improvement. This is maturity. Resilience grows when you reduce emotional spikes. Highs and lows drain energy. Calm consistency builds momentum. The final pillar is patience. Resilience is not about endurance alone. It is about endurance over time. High performers understand that progress is uneven. They stay in the process long enough for compounding the work. Most people quit right before results accelerate. Self-discipline keeps you in the game. Now let's translate this into action. Define one discipline you will practice daily. Not 10, 1. Make it small enough to complete even on bad days. Remove obstacles, schedule it. Track it. Review weekly. Adjust without self-judgment. This is how resilience is built. Not through dramatic breakthroughs, through quiet consistency. You are stronger than you think, more capable than your emotions suggest, more resilient than past failures imply. Resilience is not about never falling. It is about standing up faster, calmer, and wiser each time. Self-discipline is the bridge between intention and identity. And when those align, nothing external can break you. If you're committed to building resilience and real self-discipline, start with one action today. Subscribe to Ascend Mindset for structured mindset training, emotional mastery, and high-performance discipline. Like this video to anchor the lesson, and comment below with the one habit you will practice daily, even when motivation is low.